Welcome to Classic Heart, the BMW Group Classic Podcast. My name is JP, and I think we have the Ultrace of the automotive universe as guests today. Please welcome the Ultrace team.
This car is the most honest car you ever see.
It's been a dream ever since I've had it.
The first time I heard that engine screaming, I thought, I gotta have one of those.
It's the joy of driving.
What's great about a BMW Classic is the community that surrounds it.
When you listen to that, that's why we're here.
I'm very, very excited to have you guys with us. And we have now three of you here because you all three are part of this fantastic event called Ultrace, which has been founded in Poland. And you became, I have to say, quite a global sensation. So please welcome Adrian. Good to have you here with us.
Hey, JP. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation. As big fans of BMW, we really love what you're doing.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And obviously, we have Michał with us, who is also one of the backbones of the event. Hi, Michał.
Hi, hello. That's an honor. It's just like great pleasure to be here with you.
And last but not least, Kasper, how are you?
Hello. Hi. Thank you for having us. I'm really grateful to be here tonight and talk with you guys.
And we are as well, because we want to learn everything about Ultrace and your point of view as someone who's really like into this world of personalization, the world of resto-mod, of tuning. So please explain to us a little bit in your own words, what is Ultrace?
Ultrace is an international event for sure, and a global community featuring over 1,000 cars at the display.
And where does Ultrace happen first time?
It was 2011.
And where?
In Poland, Breslau, the same city. Wrocław.
Okay, so it was always in Wrocław, yeah?
Yep.
From the beginning. And I mean, we have to look at this because I think this year you killed all the records you've done so far in terms of visitors. You said it already, 1,000 cars. And I don't know how many spectators were visiting Michał.
There was about 55,000 over the weekend. So like,
wow.
Depends how you count it. That's about 25,000 per day.
Yeah. Are you surprised by yourself about that success?
I mean, pretty much, yeah. We always remain surprised, I would say. Yeah, but as you know, like tickets are selling early, so we had time to basically get used to the success.
But Kasper, tell me, how would you describe the typical cars that you see at Ultrace?
Typical cars where we have like every type of car, honestly, like from classics to stance cars to like racing cars, historical cars, like every type of car you can basically see around.
And I can tell you, because I have been at Ultrace and I was very, very surprised. You have a drift course. I mean, we saw some great cars from the Hofmeisters and BMW Classic bringing in an art car that year. So it really became quite a sensation. So I think what you guys managed was to open this very intimate scene to a broader audience. And was that always the goal, or is that it just happened?
In the very beginning, I guess like we didn't really know what we wanted to do in the first place. So for the first year before the event gathered, let's say, a fair amount of people and some crowds. It was just developing the easiest way, probably. So basically around the noise, about the modified cars, about fast cars, about like everything that is shocking. You know, the world is changing, basically social media and everything that surrounds us. And we just like wanted to evolve a little bit and create an event of the future. That's what I would name it. So like entire entertainment and all the world is stepping ahead. There's so much of creativity in for example, music industry, the festivals and such. Why cannot we incorporate this in our event? And that was basically the idea behind the big change that we are trying to implement. So all of this art kind of curation and the music and lights and everything. So that's the change.
So 2011 was the first event. How did that look like?
Come on, it was super small. It was probably for, let's say, 30 cars, maybe 40 of them. Mostly guys living around our city in Lower Silesia region. So that was the beginning. And after then, the second year we decided to invite some guests from countries which are, let's say, neighbors of Poland, like from Sweden, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Germany. Then we recognized that there is like a huge excitement around this community, and that was, let's say, the generation of the guys who grown up on the first video games and first like popular movies in the cinema. When I saw it, we decided that this is something worthy to build on it. So
yeah. So it was always the goal.
Yeah.
But have more like a holistic view on all the automotive things. In your eyes, or from your point of view, how would you define the essence of contemporary automotive culture? It's a very difficult question, I know. It's very like...
I guess like looking at contemporary stuff, like I immediately think of art cars from BMW. That's like a first thought that shoots through my mind. But the things that people create today and they actually started to be doing, it's a very special and very creative sort of thing. So basically the guys in US printing entire chassis of the cars, resto mods, these one-of-ones, basically trying out their skills in styling, I would say, or even using artificial intelligence of building sort of cars. That's some sort of contemporary attitude and attempt that they undertake to change something in such a difficult area, because like most of the time, it was never as available and as easy to make happen, to create something from the scratch. It's like completely new thing. So that's probably my point, that I would say that this is like some artistic fresh air in the automotive culture.
It's an expression of, I buy a 3 Series E30, but I really make it looking like my E30.
The same as you are using your clothes, or I don't know, your apartment looks stylish, and you would love to like make it common with your personality. It's the same with the cars. So that was obvious from the day one that people would modify it. And what was the most interesting from my point of view was diversity in the whole car culture. So,
and how would you say that the Polish scene of car enthusiasts, is that a very unique one in sense of their own taste? Do they combine actually like Eastern Europe legacy and history in their designs or in their creations?
Poland is a strong like point on the map, like looking at the Europe. Of course, like Germany is probably stronger, but still we have like a lot of proper projects that are created like by really talented guys and like craftsmanship, like all that stuff.
And how easy is it to get a crazy conversion, like a super low car road legal in Poland? Is it as a pain as it is in Germany?
It's much easier than in Germany. Like in terms of parts, like you can easily buy everything on the internet and have it like next day in your home, and just customize the car. So it's really easy.
Yeah, exactly. And once you put it on the car, it's legal already.
Yeah, it's part of the car. So we don't ask any, no, it came like this, I bought it like this. Oh, okay, then please go buy.
I mean, there's like the only official restrictions that we are tending to just be, let's say, careful. It's like the wheels that are not popping outside the wheel arches.
Okay,
and so this is basically the only thing that police can notice.
But obviously, we encourage everyone to stick to the rules, obviously.
Of course.
And that's very important. But you mean at Ultrace, you see many creations that have been far away of being road legal as well, because they're just not practical use. And what I really loved was the inclusivity, as you said, because you have like Nardon there with his gazillion loads of money value. You had the Hofmeisters there. You had an art car, which is there's no value to put on an art car from BMW Group Classic. You had the Rennmeister there. And then you have also like people who came with Honda Civic and just a little bit of a kind of new paint or something like this. Not that crazy. And that's what I really, really like, that everyone is like browsing through or wandering through these crazy creations. And you have a great speaker program as well. And I think that's something that makes Ultrace very special in that field. But And now comes my big but, because how important is the classic car scene to you guys? Is it also inspirational?
Of course.
It definitely is. We actually very much inspired by the classic cars, though this is, let's say, our curation and selection of the classic cars. I would say up from the 70s mainly, and most of those will be racing cars, that like the stuff that become legendary. So actually, in fact, most of the modifications in the modified cars, they some sort of come from the racing scene.
Yeah.
And like inspired wheels, like the old BBS stylings, like everybody in the car scene that owns a German car, probably BMW, they are looking up for the BBS E88 with a center lock. So that's like sort of obvious kind of thing. And yeah, so there is so much inspiration in the racing scene. The touring class from Japanese races and I don't know, DTM, the Group C, the GT1 class. So we are so much inspired by those cars.
And you transformed your inspiration and your way of celebrating classic cars into a wonderful event. I mean, let's look back at the Concorso Eleganza 2025. You co-hosted the party on the grounds of Villa Erba with DJs, techno sounds, colorful lights, and graphics. I mean, and let's not forget the Wheels and Vice Versa Lake Como edition event, where you presented an amazing exhibition of 30 classic cars that have definitely been modified in the hands of a younger generation. How did that all come together?
You know, we received an invitation from BMW to bring some fresh energy and a young blood, let's say, to Como. Then I had this feeling that we love these unexpected connections, and that synergy that comes from them allow us to explore new directions.
Yeah,
we love to deliver the experience, which would be a bit not so obvious, let's say. But at the end, I truly believe that everyone was super happy that we had a chance to enjoy Como in a bit different way. So
yeah.
To not to go too crazy, and basically also selecting some display of the cars. We basically bring all the best that you can see on Ultrace. So it was our choice to just bring something as close to the vibe of Como, just the most special cars that we could actually collect.
Yeah.
From JDMs to like some Porsche, BMWs, of course, and yeah, like full range of cars.
And speaking of BMWs especially, because, you know, growing up in the 80s and 90s in Germany, obviously BMWs were, besides Volkswagens and a little bit also Mercedes, but actually I remember only more like BMWs, Volkswagen and Opels being the one who got tuned a lot and have like this personalization. But the question should be a different one. The question should be, why do you think that BMW fits so well the Ultrace aesthetics, like from vintage E30s, E46s to modern M cars? So why do you think that the community of these individualizations love BMWs as pros who knows everything in this tuning scene?
First of all, those are wonderful driving cars and performance machines. So definitely compared to Volkswagens, these are something different. I mean, in Volkswagens, you basically, most of the time, when you improve the looks, you have to improve the performance.
Yeah.
In BMWs, it's not always the case.
Yeah.
So basically just changing some body parts, put the racing seats, and that's a Nürburgring type of racing machine.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just that it's so easy to do, and for this reason the community is so strong behind it. I would say so. I would say
at the end they're like a proper machines, and like BMW made incredible cars like in the 90s, 80s, of course, and early 2000s, like pure perfection. I would say.
For me, it's very, very interesting to see also in this podcast, and you meet so many young people, and I'm very fascinated about the Americans who are crazy about E30s, crazy about E46s, about the 5 Series. And I mean, they also go absolutely extra mile. Either they keep them in complete original condition and really bring them back to that state, or they do like, yes, you know, in an E46, the double clutch system is very nice, but I want to have a manual. So they really build out of something. They build a manual in the M3 at that time.
Somehow it actually happened that there is most of very well done cars, very well modified, very aesthetically modified.
Yeah,
they are actually BMWs, and they actually looks good. This is some sort of like maybe that's the thing that we should also explain, that every car on our exhibition, it undergo a selection process. So we basically do have 1,000 cars on the exhibition, though it's only 1,000 cars, because we get several thousands, if not even more, applications that we go through, and all the cars undergo the selection. So only 1,000 cars become the part of the exhibition.
So Ultrace is a very curated event.
We can say that.
Yeah. And do you go by themes, or how do you curate the event? Is it like, okay, this time we go about Tokyo Drift style is one of the main themes, or it's like Legends of the Autobahn, or whatever it is?
No, we just try to select the best of the best, quality-wise, aesthetically. We're trying to see like the authenticity of the build, how coherent it actually is. So how wheels fit the color of the chassis and this kind of stuff, the fitment. We still have this feeling of bringing more the lowered cars, though, because like they obviously look pretty good if they're not too crazy low. But it's just like overall condition and how well the car is put together.
And also, like, when we selecting the cars, what I'm looking for is like a car like should have also a soul, like it should make some emotion when you see it. When it comes to like selecting and curating all of the cars for our exhibition, the main reason is whether the car shows some, like I said, emotion, and what that emotion is. If it's positive, then approved, and that's it.
Yeah, but what's interesting actually is not that we don't always agree with the selecting certain cars. So there is like a portion of like taste of every and each of us. Sometimes the car that I like, two other friends of mine don't really like and they don't enjoy. So sometimes it's not easy choice.
But Michał, for this reason, it's very good that you guys are three, because that makes it always, there's always a majority in a sense.
Voting.
Okay, that's very cool. But if you look at this, you know, you have this traditionalist and purist in the car world that say, you know, my car comes and stays as it was to the perfection of the factory delivery. But I think for you guys, what do you say to those people?
You know, from my point of view, I truly believe in freedom and let's say right to own a thing you have already. So in my opinion, nothing should limit that. So if you're doing something which makes you happy and doesn't harm anyone, just do it. And if purists ruled the world, it wouldn't be it could be incredibly boring, because let's say that it couldn't happen something like Koenig Special or Roof or Gembala or Shelby. Or even if we are thinking about some modern projects like Singer or Tooth-Hill. So it would be strictly limited. You couldn't touch such a legends like this. But fortunately, there were people brave enough to do something like this in the past. And I would love to keep this right to do the same, if only one limit is your taste and probably imagination, nothing more.
You said a very, very important thing that I never thought about actually, because you mentioned things like Shelby, and I mean, they were taking ripped cars apart to make them good for racing, like for gentlemen's racing at that time, like for privateer racing. And I'm sure that some people said, okay, how can you do this to a Cobra? Why should you do this, right? Why this big engine? I mean, it's a British idea, very elegant and things like this. And nowadays, Shelby is named with all the other great creators of fantastic cars. At the moment, do you know someone you would think out of this scene that will really have impact?
I do have probably two projects that I would say. The first one is definitely the Mechanic Special for me.
Yeah.
They were pretty much like the first ones to modify, let's say, the early supercars. So like putting 1,000 horsepower in the Testarossas with the twin turbos and this kind of stuff, with a crazy body kit and modifications all over the car, inside and out. They've been modifying all sorts of the cars, so from BMWs to Ferraris to probably Lamborghinis, and it was pretty questionable sort of aesthetics for most of the time. But as we can see, those cars are getting pretty high values today. So we can see there's more and more interest, and people see how special the cars are. These are definitely very special ones.
I mean, I agree. And you also have things like Stevie's Styling Garage, SGS from Hamburg, who did crazy conversions. And I think Koenig could be a good example, actually. And I mean, don't look too far, because I mean, Alpina became part of the BMW group now. Let's see what they are doing. And they were not like in the beginning not highly accepted by the brands looking back. Same with AMG, and now they're becoming so much part of the OEMs in a sense. So there is like a shift of mindset, and I think I mean, we need to meet together in 15 years and have a look at the Koenig Special Ferrari, a Testarossa, and then decide what the people say, or we see it in the Museum of Modern Art or something like this.
I guess that's going to happen sooner than later. That I'm pretty sure. But yeah, there is so much more. There was Walter Wolf, which also we inspired us with his aesthetics and like entire story behind his brand. Kremer Racing, they did phenomenal kind of stuff with the colors and changes to the bodywork. It's just phenomenal kind of stuff. So yeah, there is a lot.
True. But do you have, like, with your cars, do you have also like crazy cars that have been converted to something or rebuilt, or you stick to the shelf version of your cars?
We're pretty much in progress right now.
Okay.
Everyone is building the project right now. Like,
okay.
Oh, we can say something about it. Like, what is crazy? All of us has BMW cars as a daily.
Mega.
Which showing like perfectly which brand is the best in the market in case of being in practice and always working properly, let's say. And some of us are more into Japanese cars. For example, I have a Nissan GT-R R33, almost finished.
Oh, very nice car.
The second one is Mazda RX-7 FD, which is really new in my garage, let's say. And guys also have some really, really nice cars. So
I'm like an easy guy, because to be honest, I'm building the E30 right now. It's like under the full renovation, and I will be having like E30 coupe.
Very good.
Full in the BMW team with the heart, the bone.
Very good. I mean, that's good to have. And I think it's, I mean, you have something in common with also a fellow podcast guest of ours, because we spoke to Christian von Koenigsegg. I mean, he was telling that he just bought his first Koenigsegg, his own, just last year. He said in the podcast, and all his family is driving BMWs. It's like M5 and the actual M3 competition and everything. So it's there is a theme on that one. And I mean, if someone like him or you guys that see so many cars and so many different things decide to go for a BMW, I mean, that means a lot for the brand.
That's the statement.
Yeah,
true.
That's a fact. The BMW is definitely great enthusiast car, and there's many more, let's say, people of success that enjoy them.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, we have a little thing. It's called the pit stop. It's a bit of a surprisingly element of our podcast. And that means I will ask you a short series of questions. And there are two options. You can choose one of the options. And now comes the tricky part, because as you are three guys and we don't want to have it making an epic long podcast, You have all agree on one answer. And I really like that because in English we say there are 3 for the rivals. And let's see if that is true. Team Ultrace, are you ready for the classic hard pit stop?
Let's do it.
Okay. Timeless design or cutting edge innovation?
Timeless design.
Timeless design.
Timeless
for me.
design,
Yeah.
of course.
Black or colorful?
Black.
Black.
Mint condition or patina with history?
Mint condition.
Mint condition.
Clean.
You guys tick the same. It's amazing. I mean, and I can promise everyone who tuned in, they didn't know about this pit stop thing and not all the questions. Yeah. And I think this is a very easy one. Customization or factory perfection?
Super easy. Super
Yes.
easy.
The answer is yes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay, let's go. Driving alone or driving with passengers?
Alone,
Alone.
I guess.
Road trip or racetrack?
I like road trips. Sorry.
I mean, me either. And I haven't had a chance basically to racetrack, like a proper racetrack. So I would say also like...
I agree with you guys.
BMW M Performance or classic BMW?
And for me.
Both. Come on, both.
Well, you can't say both, Adrian. It's very strict. It's the rules
Very
are-
strict.
Okay,
So M or classic?
M.
Autobahn or winding country road?
Autobahn.
Yeah.
No, country road.
Country.
Straight.
Country.
Country road.
So what do you say, Adrian?
Country road.
Okay. Michał, you lost. Sorry. Manual transmission or automatic?
Manual.
Manual.
Yeah.
Petrol or diesel?
Petrol.
Petrol.
Diesel or electric?
Electric.
Combustion. Diesel.
Diesel.
Electric.
Electric or no car?
Electric.
Electric. Come on.
Electric.
Yeah. Buying at auction house or a dealership?
Auction house.
Whatever. Auction.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Team Ultrace. I think it was a very joyful pit stop. Let's speak about some of the results, the one that surprised me the most was that you all 3 unanimously said black instead of colorful. Why black? I mean, at your event, I don't see barely a black car.
That's interesting. But I don't know. When you look throughout the key visual of the event, you will see mostly black and white. That's like uniform and let's say style that always works and fit to everything. And we just try to take advantage of it.
Understood. Point taken. And then you said you decided yourself against patina with history. You go for mint condition. So why is that important?
Probably because at the beginning of my, let's say, connection with the car culture, I had the chance to spend a lot of time with the BMW guys, and all of the community around BMW were mostly about having truly minty car with in a perfect condition, with a like proper to the VIN number and everything.
Yeah. And then a road trip or racetrack. And I think Kasper just said, okay, road trip because I've never been to the racetrack. But how important is it for you? And more importantly, with organizing such a large event, do you have time to go on a road trip?
Of course. Part of our job is like, to travel around the world. We've been to Japan, we've been to US, like Brazil, and always there's a point to like visit some car events, of course, during these trips, but also we spend some time on doing the road trips. So yeah, that's the reason.
I'm happy to hear that you find the time because that's something that I'm missing the most. I heard rumors that you might change locations for one Ultrace coming soon.
That is official for now, that we're running another event for the first time abroad. That's going to happen in Düsseldorf in last weekend of April next year. And
Called Ultrace?
It's called Ultrace. We'll have some, let's say, different naming maybe later on, because what we're planning is going to be a little bit, I hope not maybe shocking to the community, but that's going to be a big change. And also that's, let's say, some upgrade to the format that that we come up with some time ago. And it's basically, let's say, some gather of all our plans that we couldn't actually realize in Wrocław for so many years because of many restrictions of running an outdoor event. And here in the conditions of indoors and halls and such, we can basically try it on, just beta test everything and see if these kind of let's say installations and works that we're planning to incorporate it in the event is gonna be something that maybe it's gonna change let's say the scene of the automotive culture.
That's a big plan, and we cannot wait to see that. So it will be April, it will be Düsseldorf, and I mean, with Düsseldorf you choose with North Rhine-Westphalia. I mean, that's the epicenter of the car culture that Ultrace is addressing. And I think with D&W back in the 90s and 80s, all the Opel Manta scene, everything, I mean, everyone had the most crazy creations. And I remember that it was a very famous, so D&W, I think they went out of business now, a long time ago, but this was where you get all the parts you wanted to have, BBS rims or whatever you want, you could get there. And every Saturday on the parking, it was like a tiny Ultrace. Every Saturday, very not organized, you just been there and hang out. And what a fantastic place. And I think in that spirit, it's very cool that you choose Düsseldorf. And we're very happy that there's the strong connection between BMW Group Classic and Ultrace and the ongoing support. And let's see what April will bring. And with this, I would like to close this podcast. Thank you very much, Adrian, Michał, and Kasper for joining and sharing the vision and the idea and showing what moderate ultras could look like. They're driving black cars alone with a V8. Thank you very much for Adrian, Michał, and Kasper joining us for Classic Heart today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Great honor.
Don't say honor, because I feel very old if you say honor. That sounds like I'm like 85 or something like this or like this. But I accept it in a very positive way. I understand it right. So thank you very much for joining. And if you liked what you hear, do us a favor and please hit the subscribe button on the podcast service or on our YouTube channel to never miss one of our future episodes of Classic Heart. And also leave comments and likes, share the good word and spread the good word with the podcast if you like to do so. And if you have some ideas of people we should invite, please send us a message and reach out to us, and we will try to think about it and make it possible. And obviously, the last line of housekeeping here is to thank the great team behind this podcast, which is Friederike von Königswald. She is our editor and holds everything together that we're doing and takes control that our podcast stays interesting and is not repetitive. And you have lots of fun. And then with Jan van Elt, who is, as a producer, holding all the ends together. And obviously, we have our great sound engineers from Munich, from Scenario Studio, Marcus and Alex. So thank you very much, all of you. And thank you very much for Team Ultrace joining here and sharing this fantastic vision. And I hope that there are many, many more Ultrace events to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, JP.